So this episode today is about sexual assault and sexual harassment. And what prompted me to do this episode is I'm about to become a mom, and I've been thinking of some of the shit that can happen and some of the stuff that I've experienced as a child and as an adult and stuff. And I want to talk to people and kind of share like what are some ways you can talk to your children about sexual assault or harassment. Um, One time in kindergarten, it was during nap time or whatever, so all the kids going to sleep, me, my little Nat and shit. And I started to wake up because I hear kids around me like just whispering and mumbling and stuff. And so I play sleep like I'm not really sure what's going on, but I don't open my eyes because I feel like they're really close. I feel like they're like around me. And I hear this one kid say like, she waking up, she waking up. And I'm like, oh my God, they like talking about me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so I woke up and this one guy, well, he wasn't a guy, but it was this one little boy. Remember we in kindergarten. This one little boy is like, I looked inside your pants, or I put my hand in your pants, or something. He's something like that he said. I really think it was I looked inside your pants, but it caught me completely the fuck off guard for one, because I'm like, what do I do with this? Like, I don't know what's going on, and I felt kind of like frozen for like a second, because it was like I could hear like rustling or whatnot. I was wearing a jogging suit at the time. In the 90s, we was real big on that shit. Jogging suits, windbreakers and stuff. So I hear like rustling and whatnot. But I never felt anything like inside my pants or something. But the fact that he even said like, I looked in your pants, and I'm like, what are you talking about and whatnot? And if I can remember, the emotions that I felt was like confusion. I felt like anger. I felt embarrassed. Like, I just felt a bunch of shit because I didn't know what to do about it. I feel like my parents talked to me about like sexual harassment and stuff like that, but it was more so from an adult, like what to do if an adult does this to you. You go tell somebody and stuff like that. I don't really remember us having a conversation about what happens when it's another kid that does that. And I think that is an important conversation to have, because kids try stuff. They see stuff on TV, or they might see it like actually in front of them, or at the same time that stuff may be happening to them, and they emulate that with other kids and shit. So after that whole thing happened, I just like, I got my mat and like moved like completely across the room or some shit. Cause when I woke up, I don't remember seeing the teacher in there. I don't know where she was or what she was doing, but it was crazy because it's like the kids were like crowded around, kind of almost like he may have woken the other kids up, or they was already up and I was the last one to wake up. But I don't know what possessed them to like do that. Like, where the fuck did you learn that from? Or what the fuck made you think that it was okay to do something like that? And so there was another situation in my life where I just felt like, you know what, I'm just not gonna ever fuck with nobody, like, for real. As a kindergarten, I'm thinking these kids are not safe. Like, I shouldn't be around them. I'm not gonna fool with them. And like from then on, from kindergarten on up to like high school and shit, I never just really fucked with like my classmates. I'm sure some of them were like really good ass people and shit like that, but I never felt the urge to really reach out and make friends with them, because of stuff that was going on in my life, and plus that one specific situation right there. When I was that age, it garnered like a feeling of like general distrust or mistrust for even kids like my age, and whatnot. So for a long time, like throughout our school, I didn't fool with nobody. I just kept to myself and whatnot. But now me being 33 and going to therapy and stuff like that, just thinking back on a bunch of stuff, I was actually thinking about this specific situation about a year or two ago, and I just started to wonder, like, did that happen to him? Like, is that something that he experienced? Was that something he was experiencing at home, or did somebody show him that? Like, where did he get that from? Because it's odd as hell. I don't think that a kindergartner would just be like, yo, I'm finna look in this person's pants or do anything like in a sexual nature or whatnot without seeing it somewhere first or it being done to them. So it was just, for the longest, I never thought, like, I didn't think about the fact that he might have been experiencing that at home or whatever, which may have made him do that or whatnot. But yeah, that's one thing that happened to me at the hands of another child. And like I said, you should talk to your children about places that people shouldn't touch and a whole lot of stuff like that. Not just from adults, but you should talk to them about other children too, because it's shit like that is happening out here and it's real. And also another time, we was living in this place called Parkview. I'm from Jackson, Tennessee, and we had this apartment complex called Parkview, and it was rough as a motherfucker over there. So I grew up there for a few years and whatnot. So all the kids and shit, we was outside playing and stuff like that. And so this old ass dude, like, he was drunk. I could tell he was drunk. This old ass guy comes up to me and he's like, hey, do you want to go with me or whatever? And I'm like, fuck no. Like, I knew then, like, stranger danger, like, get the fuck back. And so he keep asking me, like, well, come on, we can go so-and-so, we can get, like, some candy, we can get, like, this, and I'm telling him, no, like, I don't want to go. And he just literally grabs me by my fucking arm and just starts dragging me, like, away from him, well, with him, and I'm yanking, trying to get away from him and stuff like that, and he was too strong. So, thankfully, the other kids that were outside playing, they saw what was going on, and my sister was out there, too. So, they all pulling me with this hand or whatnot, this way, away from him, and he's still trying to pull me this way with him and stuff, talking about, come on, we can go, so-and-so. So, my sister ran and got my mom and her friend who were in the house at the time. They ran out there and scared the dude off or whatever the fuck happened to him. But that's another thing. People will literally just walk up to your kids and just grab them. Like, they don't give a fuck. And they don't care if it's plenty people around. Like it was then, it was plenty people outside. And this man is just like, fuck it, I'm finna go grab this little girl and just do whatever. But, that's just something I wanted to talk about. And this is gonna be, like, really, really short. But it's just something that was on my mind since I am about to become a mom. It's got me rethinking situations like that. And I want to make sure that my son understands, what stranger danger is. And that stranger danger does not just apply to adults. It applies to children as well. Out of breath. But it applies to children as well, because I ain't gonna say they're just as crazy, but children get exposed to a lot of stuff that they think is okay, and then makes them want to try it on other children or expose somebody else, and it's just like a cycle that just keeps on going. But that's pretty much it. Just talk to your kids, and I feel like when you do talk to your kids, don't sugarcoat it. I feel like you have to really you gotta really be specific. Like, let them know, parts. I know some parents they like to use, like, little nicknames or whatever for their private areas or whatnot. I really think that you should tell them exactly what it is. Like, it's okay to say vagina, penis, breast, buttocks, chest, whatever. Because if something like that does happen to them, I feel like they should be able to explain to you exactly where they were touched or whatever happened. I think that that's really important that they know those things. So, yeah, that's just my little short 10-minute episode or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can get maybe a sexual assault counselor or anybody to join the actual episode, because I really do want to talk in depth about this, because it's a very serious ass thing. But if I don't find anybody, I'm just gonna go with this. So y'all have a good rest of the day. I'm finna go out and I'm finna go have fun, and just be safe.